Greetings from the Eccentric Man, and in this game we celebrate the Stug life. The Eccentric Man YouTube channel is kindly sponsored by Lost Ark Games and Stevenage for all your gaming, hobby stuff and in-store gameplay.
Greetings from the Eccentric Man. We're playing at Lost Ark Games again today, and today I'm playing Dave, which is an excellent thing. We've not had a game, and Dave hasn't had a game for such a long time, so getting this game in. We're going to play a scenario from Op Sea Lion, which is Hedgehog, but we've adjusted it to have a roadblock as the key position in there. And David's playing with his American Airbourne. I'm playing with my Normandy Germans. I'll go through the setups with the pictures, but this is a game today, and we'll see how we go.
As we were playing a Normandy game, I went for a sort of an ad hoc Kampfgruppe to feature my Stug. So I had to make some careful choices because the tanks are pretty expensive when you start to look at some of the bigger ones. So for the front, I've got my second lieutenant with his mate. I've got two German squads of here, and they've just got an NCO with a submachine gun, two assault rifles, and an LMG in each. I've then got a medium mortar. I've then got one veteran unit of paratroopers, and that's got an NCO with the submachine gun, and an LMG, and three assault rifles. And then I've got two units of green Fallschirmjägers. You can put them in. So green means that if they take a casualty, you have to roll a dice, and they can either become regulars, or they just remain the same, or sometimes in really bad circumstances, you will get 6 pins on them straight away. So I went for a Stug, and then the 222 little tank, or armoured car. For those who watched Hello, Gruber's little tank. And so that's the Germans. David brought an all-veteran paratrooper list, and he had a first lieutenant and mate, sniper team, bazooka team, a medium mortar, and a medium machine gun, 3 sections of infantry, and they had an NCO with submachine gun, a light machine gun, 2 men with submachine guns, and 3 men with rifles. And then he had the Sherman tank. And that was our forces for the game.
Deployment-wise, there's got to be 4 units of the airborne within 6 inches of the key objective. And to win, you've got to have at least an infantry unit. Vehicles can't hold it, so it's an objective. If you've got troops within 3 inches of it and no enemy within 3 inches, then you win. So what we've got there is got 1 airborne squad. We've got a bazooka team, is that?
It is.
And then we've got a sniper in the house. So that's 1, 2, 3. Your fourth?
And my lieutenants.
Oh, and your lieutenant's there as well.
And he's
Oh, there's just sneaking round there. There's the bazooka team around the side of the building. And we've got the mortar spotter, which mortar's not on, but the spotter's there. So that's the airborne setup. I can set up anywhere on the table, but I know that Dave's got troops that will come on in reserve. I've set up one of the green Fallschirmjäger squads over here, and I've set up the veteran Fallschirmjäger squad in this wood here. We've got our second green Fallschirmjägers in the woods, and we've got our here unit ready to come on. Everything else of mine, so that will be these. Oh, I must put my mortar on. Stupid boy, Pike. That can go on. So I've got the officer, 1 unit here, the tank, well the Stug anyway, and the armoured car to come on, and I'll stick the mortar on in a tick. Just getting to the end of turn 1, and there's
go down.
6 dice for David to use.
You were, mate. I mean, I actually on holiday this week.
Crazy. End of first turn, and we've got the paratroopers have taken a couple of casualties, and they've got one pin in the centre. The officers have moved around a little bit. I just keep the same units on as my first setup. I've moved these just up behind the wood to keep them safe. The first unit I moved out was the Fallschirmjägers in the trees here, and they put the first shot onto the paratroopers. They retaliated and put a pin on my Fallschirmjäger. I then moved up this unit and took a shot. That didn't kill anyone because they're inexperienced, but it did put a pin on them, so that was okay. The mortar team over in the corner has put a shot onto the building where the sniper is. The sniper moved across the building to cover this cover my left flank. I moved up the Fallschirmjägers here as a run to behind the hedge, and the last dices out were for David, and what he's done has brought on 2 squads on this side, and they've taken some shots at this unit over here and caused one pin. David's moved up his squad here of Americans, and they're now finding it a little bit easier to shoot at the green Fallschirmjägers, and killed one. So I'm going to do a green test, so we'll try and get the dice into the thing again. On a 5 and 6 they become regulars, and on a 1 I roll to see lots of pins. 3, no, they remain as inexperienced. So it's turn 2, and I've advanced on the Gruber's little tank, and we're going to take a shot at the MMG team, which is over there. So I reckon it's going to be long range. I'll be using the autocannon, so using HE. So we're looking at probably looking at a move for long range 5 soft cover 6s. So unless you're within 24, so let's have I don't think you're going to be within 24 inches. What distance have you got there, Dave? Nah, it's over, isn't it?
Just over.
Yeah, so that's going to be 6s to hit. So let's have a look. So 2 dice for the autocannon. So 1 in the box and 1 out. So that's a miss with that. But it's given him a warning shot across his bows. More action shots. My dice came out the bag. There's 3 more Americans left. I was hoping to at least have it come out a little bit more towards the end. But I've moved the Stug out into the woods, and we are going to take a shot at Mr. Sherman over there. I've got a 72-inch range. It's under half range, but I've moved, which takes it to 4, and soft cover takes it to 5. So we need a 5, and we need to get it in the box again. 2. So a miss. Well, after the poor shooting on behalf of the 222 and the Stug, we're at the end of turn 2, and the poor old Fallschirmjägers up the front here have taken 1 casualty and got 3 pins, so they've been fairly lucky. They were targeted by the officers and the 2 squads that are advancing up on this side. Mr. Sherman as well put some shots on them with the machine guns, and this unit over here have also taken a casualty, and of course they didn't get their upgrade to regular, so they're still inexperienced, but they've got 2 pins. I tried to activate them and they went down, even with the officer was over here, didn't help them. Brought on one of the here units behind this wood to a bit of reserve for this left flank, which I think is now not going so well. It's got the paratroopers in the centre here who took a shot at the unit by the roadblock, and I think we put a pin. They went down. Yeah, they went down, and we missed them. And over on here, we've moved to here. It's always there, isn't it? Up to the edge of the wood, so they're in a position to take some shots. Mr. Bazooka team has run over to the right because of my move with a 222 to threaten this side and the road. So interesting, end of turn 2. Oh yes, and the mortar. Must remember the mortar.
Yeah.
Failed to hit it,
yeah.
so I'm on a 4+ next turn. And as we say now, we're moving into turn 3. First dice out for David, and he has decided he's going to use his MMG to shoot at... the guys in the wood here. because my 222 is coming round the side. And he needed 5s. And he scored 4 hits. So that's the American medium machine guns for you. Right, you need 4s, because these are regulars.
Here we go.
Ow, wow. And then re-roll the 2 6s.
Yeah. No.
No, so that's
3.
three casualties. Ooh, ouch. Second dice out, so it's going to be Mr. Stug against Mr. Sherman. So we know it was a 5 last time. I'm stationary, so it's going to be a 4 this turn. I'll roll that again because that's cocked on a bit of tree. 6. So it is a hit.
Yeah.
So my heavy anti-tank gun. So light is 4, medium 5, heavy 6.
Right.
So I've got a penetration of 6, and you are 9 on the front.
9 on the front, yeah.
4.
4, well, that's it.
So that's a 10.
10, yeah.
So that's a penetration.
Yeah.
And now here we roll on the chart. 6. Oh, that is a blown up.
Yeah.
That is harsh.
Oof. Yeah.
So Mr. Dead Sherman. So as you can see there, there's a few little markers around that on the SDKBF, whatever it was, 222.
Yeah.
Took a shot and killed 2 and put 1 pin. And now the bazooka team is deciding to fire. And it was a guess. It was a bit of a guess using the first measure, but it was, and it was just in 24 inches. So with the bazooka, so it's going to be long range and soft cover, and it's a 5 that's needed.
Oh, no.
That was close. But at least it's not a Panzerfaust, so you've got a shot the next turn. End of turn 3. Good results for the Germans on this right-hand flank. The 222 has put a lot of hurt on the medium machine gun team, and we've advanced up what's left of them, and they managed to kill 1. Did they kill 1? No.
They put a pin,
They put a pin on the bazooka team,
team.
didn't they?
Yeah.
So that's handy. And as we saw before, the bazooka team missed the 222. Over here, the paratroopers on the objective went down, and of course the officer went down. But we did still manage to kill 1 with the regular here.
You killed the sniper team.
That's up here. Oh yeah, and the sniper team died to a hit by the mortar team. It exploded in the roof because on a 4 to 6 it hits the room right below the
floor, yeah.
the roof, and if it had a 1 to 3 it goes to the floor below, but we got the top one, so that killed him because it was D6 hits and I rolled 4, and that was the demise of the sniper. Yep. So over here I used my snap 2 for the German officer, and he can do 2 units as a second lieutenant, and he rallied both units of the Fallschirmjägers, the green, inexperienced, and the veterans, which was quite good really, because over here these 2 units had the last dice out and they focused all on the veterans, and I've only got 4 now, and I'm back to 2 pins, otherwise I would have been on 6 pins, but they are getting whittled down quite significantly. So into turn 4, we've still got to try and get this objective, and we've got to push up, I think, with the here over here and the here over here. So into turn 4, 1 pin on the bazooka man, needing a leadership test for a 9.
Yep.
Yeah, passes that, and it's the first dice out of turn 4, and so it's going to be, I could recce, but nah, we'll take a risk.
And I need a 3,
5.
a 5, yeah.
5, yeah.
6.
I should have recceed. Oh, that's going to be harsh.
And
I should have, yeah. I'm penetration. I'm 7 at the front,
7 at the front.
and I think a bazooka
The bazooka
is possibly 6.
is, where is he? Bazooka. Pen 5 plus.
5 plus. Ah, there we go then. Bargain. Yeah, so it's a 5.
So 5. Come on, you can do it. 5.
That's 10, and you've exceeded my penetration by 3.
3.
So you roll 2 dice.
2 dice. There we go.
That's a blown up. I should have recce'd. I was feeling bold.
Well, I think you've got the upper hand here.
Feeling bold there. That was
So,
a shame. Right, end of turn 4, and the Americans are now under a bit of pressure. Obviously, they've lost the Sherman. We've killed the bazooka team, but the paratroopers on the left did take a shot and killed one of the here on this side of the fence. Medium machine gun team are still hanging on in there. And I'm advancing up the centre with the green Falcon Jaegers and the Stug. But I put a pin on it, but they couldn't do anything. Being green. Fired with the here again, just to whittle one down. Put the Falcon Jaegers, the veterans, down, so they were taking a little bit of pressure. So we've got four men of them left. The greens are likely to get a mortar hit on them this time around. I got a lucky 6 with my mortar and killed 3 of the paratroopers here and put 2 pins on them, but they passed their test and took a shot back at them and put a pin and killed one. And this unit here are still good to go, so they're still in the woods. As we go into turn 5, the Americans have got a little bit of work, I think. There is the officer there, he's still alive and can cause problems for the objective. Well, I thought I would, after advancing up the Stug machine gunning the paratroopers, I thought I would charge with the green Fallschirmjägers. But obviously they are not very happy with that, and on the leadership test I rolled a foobar. So I've got to roll a dice now to see what happens with the foobar. So 1 or 2, and Dave gets a choice of who to shoot at. One unit can shoot at another, so that's a 1 or a 2 on the dice. No, I rolled a 6, so my unit that was going to charge is not very happy, and it is now going to run away 12 inches. That was probably not what I wanted. End of turn 5, and the veteran paratroopers are still holding on by the roadblock. The here on this side did kill the officer.
Yep.
So we've got rid of that one, but we've still got an MG team on our backs. The foobar result, they did run away, so that was annoying. So we're trying now to race some figures across for this last turn, see if we can get over to the objective and take it. Trying to keep that unit there of the Americans pinned down, but I'm not so sure. So I've moved the here out, and they took a shot, put a pin on them. Moved out the officer. They are probably may be able to get within 3, possibly. But over here, after the mortar took out more, then the LNG passed his test on a 6, and then took some shots at the unit, killed 2. So I had to take a leadership test, and on 4 pins they went. So yeah, Fallschirmjäger unit gone. So yeah, both green units have gone now. Veterans went down to keep themselves alive, so there's 4 of them left. But of active units for the Americans, we've really probably only got to worry about this one here and trying to kill that one there. That's the theory. Anyway, let's move into turn 6. So this is possibly the last turn of the game, turn 6, and I've not been able to kill these 3 paratroopers. 2 paratroopers?
2
Is that just
paratroopers.
paratroopers? No, I thought the officer is it.
No,
the NCO.
the NCO's
Ah,
there.
right. So there's just the 2.
But there's one guy
Right.
on
got
the
it. So there's two men left. The paratroopers are not within 3 inches. I've got 1 unit within 3 inch. Just because the way things moved, I had to reverse back the tank to allow somebody to run through, but the officers didn't make it. Rather than move this up to get into within 3, I had to move them up to take some shots. Didn't kill them. Dave had the only thing that he could do was run these up and see if they were perhaps in that range, but nope. So now I've got 4 paratroopers, 3 of them with assault guns and 1 with a submachine gun. So I need 5s, or is it 6s? 6s to kill. So it's nothing for moving, long range for the assault guns is 4, soft cover 5, down 6 followed by 6.
Hello.
6 followed by 6.
All right, mate.
How's it going?
Hello.
Well, nice. You guys well?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate.
2.
Yeah? Excellent. You well, John?
So, do I get a 6 out of these 2? No. That was very close. So, unfortunately, this is possibly the last turn, because let's end us turn 6, but we rolled 1 dice,
Yep.
and on a 1 to 3, it stops,
Yep.
and on a 4 to 6, we get 1 last turn. 1 last turn. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Oops.
Oh, this is going to be very messy. Well, end of turn 7, 1 dice. Well, nearly at end of turn 7. 1 dice for me to try and win the game. We've managed to kill the unit here, and we've advanced our tank up. It can't go any further because of the roadblock. You can't go across roadblocks. And I'm going to fire at the paratrooper unit there with the big gun. But I've said the roadblock is going to be hard cover. So I need a 6 to hit the units with my big heavy gun. So let's see what we're going to do. So I need a 6, a 4. It was close. So I think that's going to be a misfire for them, and that will leave us a couple of dice to come out the bag for the end of the game. Dave was very good, and he just reminded me that I've got my mortar left to fire. So, can I see? I can see that unit through past the edge of the wood, I reckon. We will double check it, and we will come back to you. So that's why we're aiming for them over there.
Where's your spotter gone?
He's right next to the mortar. It's whether he can see past that corner of the wood. Use the old red line laser finder, and I do have a view through onto them. They can't go down because they've activated. So all I need now is another 6. A 4 again.
Again.
So no, that is it, David. I cannot do it, and I think that now is that's possibly a draw. I'm going to have to look at the campaign,
A fighting draw.
but a very fighting draw. And those, yeah,
Superb.
I think the green unit running away on that foobar might have been a linchpin move over there, but that was good fun on that.
Well, the veteran US Airbourne managed to keep hold of the objective long enough for their support units to reach and catch up with them. So the Germans had to pull back. So an excellent game, really enjoyed it. Again, using one of the scenarios from the campaign books in a different setting, but worked really well. Nice to get the Stug out and it to get a kill on its appearance. Yep, Dave really enjoyed the game, which was great for that because he hadn't had a game for such a long time due to the lockdown that we were in. So more bolt action, I think, to come. I definitely think it was the green Fallschirmjägers getting the foobar on their leadership test to charge that scuppered the Germans taking that objective. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, and hit the notification button so that you know when the next video comes out. It always is helpful to the channel and to yourselves. Anyway, until the next time, take care.